Hello everyone, my name is Salim and welcome to the Markets Breakdown Analysis for Monday, the 25th of September 2023. We'll be breaking down chart on through the exact zones where price will close above potential buys or close below for potential sells as well. So looking at the previous weekly candle, the weekly closed weak bullish, rejecting the upside and respecting the weekly resistance from around 1940s. When looking on a monthly, the monthly is actually retracing and trading above this previous monthly support formed around 1918, 1920s. When dropping down to the daily candle on Friday closed bullish, forming daily support around 1920, 800. And now to break down the chart and dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, and what we can see here, we have this recent 4-hour support, which is this is actually a range on the a recent range on a 4-hour time frame. So we have the 4-hour support around 1925, 200, and we have the most recent 4-hour resistance formed around 1928, 200. Dropping down to the hourly time frame, and we can clearly identify a range on the hourly time frame. So what we're going to do here is we're going to adjust the level of support based on the hourly. I'd say probably decent support would be around 1923, 600. We can adjust the level of resistance just above this previous 1-hour resistance around 1928, 800. Dropping down to the 30-minute time frame, and now we have a same level of support and resistance. And that's the same on the 50-minute time frame as well. So now to identify the trade zone, and I'd say for potential buys, what we could do is we could wait for price to break and close above 1928, 800, above this hourly resistance. And for potential sells could be below 1923, 600, and this is going to be the trade zone. And now to look for potential buys and going back to the daily. So the first thing we can see, actually, let's have a look on a weekly. So the first thing we can see here is clearly we can see the previous weekly candle rejected the upside, respected this weekly resistance. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a line to where this weekly resistance is, around 1940, 100. Zooming in and dropping down to the daily. Now we can clearly see we have a daily resistance formed around 1934, 200. Dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, we have a 4-hour resistance all the way up to 1941, 900. Dropping down to the hourly time frame, and what we can see, we have this hourly resistance, but above this hourly resistance we have all clean traffic all the way up to 1941, 300. So probably we're going to stick to the high time frame for those targets for potential buys. I'd say the first target for buys could potentially be 1934, 300, targeting the daily resistance formed on the 19th of September 2023. The second target for buys, now we have this weekly resistance formed around 1940, 300. When dropping down to the daily, that matches with this previous daily resistance and probably matches with this. I mean, we have this 4-hour resistance formed around 1941, 800. Looking at the hourly, I'd say we're going to stick again to the daily in this case. What we're going to do is we're going to have the second target for buys at 1940, 300, targeting this weekly resistance. And now to look for potential sells and going back to the daily. So the first thing we can see, let's have a look on a weekly. So the first thing we can see is we have this weekly support formed around 1918, 800. Dropping down to the daily time frame. The daily, we have a daily support around 1921, and this is actually a really small range. But we're going to see what's happening within this wick, the bottom wick from the Thursday daily candle from last week. Dropping down to the weekly, to the 4-hour time frame, and what we can see here is we have this 4-hour support formed around 1917, 400 or 500. Dropping down to the hourly time frame, we have an hourly support around 1919, 400. Let's have a look on the 5-minute time frame. That's the same level of support. Probably we're going to stick to the high time frame, and I think we have a monthly support formed around this level at 1918, 700. Let's say the first target for sells could potentially be 1918, 700, which obviously that's a target for the monthly support, which also matches with this weekly support. The second target for sells, now what we're going to do is we're going to put a line to where this daily low that was formed on Thursday last week, dropping down to the 4-hour time frame. We have this 4-hour support. Dropping down to the hourly time frame, we have an hourly support around 1916, 100, but when looking on a 30-minute time frame, again, this is a range. So in that case, what we're going to do here is we're going to target, the second target for sells could be the wick fill of this daily low that was formed on Thursday around 1913, 900.
Dominion Markets, your trading sanctuary.